Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Xtremetarot, where we do moon readings and zodiac readings. Today we're doing a zodiac reading for Cancer. We're checking in to your money with the number 2 card. I have a corresponding reading for each, like from 1 through 12. There's 12 sides to this die, so fun. We're gonna like go over your money and see what's going on. For this reading, the way that I do it is I do a general overview here with oracle cards, and then I use tarot to check in with your savings, your spending habits, and like your credit, just to get like a real like sense of your actual like money. So let's see, what does Spirit have to say? What's going on with your money, guys? Oh, okay. The Castle. Okay, interesting. So I feel like you could be, if anything, like I could look at this from the book, but I feel like you could be a saver. I feel like you could, or like, you know, sorry, like I hate to say this, but like, you know, when people are like house poor, like you could like be putting all your money, funneling all your money into like keeping up with your house, and you don't have that much left over. With the Castle, that's what I'm getting. Oh my God, my glasses are in my bedroom and like I really can't see. Oh, I'll just wing it. Okay, it's fine. I should go get them, but let's see. This is number 43. So let's see what this has to say. The palace, the penthouse, the fortress. Yeah. So when dark, stuckness, depression, spells, and walls, and when light visiting your throne of power. So there's either like some sort of a lack mentality, like with the fortress energy, that like you have like a miserly sort of an energy where like I have money, but I'm safeguarding it. Stuckness, depression, spells, and walls. That fortress energy, I'm getting a feeling of like stagnation, or like I'm getting that you feel this way about your money or something like that. Almost like to an outside observer, like it would seem that you're like, I see pearls, I see signs of wealth. A castle in and of itself is a sign of wealth, but it's like all dark inside. I don't know, it's like a weird vibe. Let's see what this says. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castle walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasy, ornate wonders, and lavish adornments, yet the walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions, quite possibly a literal home or position that projects the image of achievement, while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. The castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel toward, but it is best not to linger within its walls of decadent deception for too long. Okay, this is, notice how castles are designed to keep things out. They defend, they separate. It is likely there is connection and community beyond its walls that will revitalize you. And if this card appears with the king, the queen, or the maiden, know that you've entered into long-standing family dynamics that include property and power. Okay, that's not what we had. We had the shapeshifter here. So what this is telling me with this castle, yeah, like just like what I was originally kind of saying, I feel like I'm more so getting the walls, and I'm also getting a thing of maybe like get out of the house more. Maybe you spend too much time like in your castle here for whatever reason. Like I'm getting a sense of like isolation possibly, or there's like a stagnation. I feel like you could be in a rut, you could be stagnant, you could be closed off to new experiences or something like that. I don't really know what this has to do with your money, but there's a lot coming through about your home. But that makes sense. Like as a Cancer, your home base really is important to you, like your little shell. Like you could be spending a little too much time in your little hermit crab shell or something like that. I'm kind of getting those vibes, but I'm getting the vibe of like security. Like, so I do think like that you are stable, but like with this square energy, it's like, I think that whole thing that said you might be longing to run barefoot in the forest. So I feel like maybe there's like a more like of a risk or a gamble if you're thinking about something like that you could take, or it's just denoting that you just have the mentality of like not to take any risks or gambles when it comes to your finances. Like you like to have a sense of security and you don't want to rock the boat. So maybe there's something where, sorry, I'm just getting my other decks, but maybe there's something here where you lacked security growing up or something like that, and now it's like become something that's like very important to you. That like, what am I trying to say? Like you taking a risk is not an option, because it's like maybe something like you know all too well that like, you know, security isn't a given. Like you have to work for it. You have to be smart about your, I don't know, you can't like gamble with your own security or something like that. So wait, let's see what else we have. What's going on with your finances, Cancer? You and your loved ones are safe. Yeah, there's something about that. Like I feel like being in your little home, like there's this feeling of like, yeah, like I love that Cancer came out, but like being in that shell, like feeling like nothing can hurt you, or I don't know. It's very interesting. Okay, so what else for Cancer's finances? Expect powerful change. Luck is on your side. So I feel like there's a message coming through here of like, if an opportunity presents, don't be afraid to like maybe go after it. First of all, there's a new moon eclipse right now, I believe. Yes, there is. There's a new moon eclipse. I'm pretty sure. Happening like literally today. So that's kind of crazy that that card came out. It's not Cancer though, it's Libra. And then we have a new moon in Sagittarius. There's like a new era wanting to start. There's like new opportunities, I think, but it's like you're a little bit too comfortable where you are. Like you're afraid to sort of branch out here is the vibe that I'm getting. Spirit's really bringing home this message. Where maybe like you're afraid to shapeshift, or you're just afraid, like look at this offering, there's like opportunities, something like that, or maybe there's about to be some sort of opportunity, maybe a job opportunity. This could also be speaking of like having a job and maybe being offered the opportunity to have a new job and being afraid to take that opportunity and sort of staying in your comfort zone, in your little fortress here. But this says expect powerful change. So I think there is some sort of change on the horizon. There is some sort of abundance waiting to manifest for you. And even if it's not abundance, it might be just like new experiences and things like that. But it's like, you know, in your little fortress, you're safe. So it's like difficult for you to want to branch out from that. Let's just see if I can get anything from this. This is Sagittarius in the 8th house. And this is Pluto, I believe. Yes, this is Pluto. Pluto and the 8th house, that's very intense. So I feel like these are like deep issues. These are like stuffed down issues with security and safety and things like that, that maybe go back again, like I was saying, to childhood. There's a lot of deep-rooted fears, I would say, fears of safety and security, for whatever reason here. Maybe you yourself have had experience with like losing everything, but with Scorpio and Pluto. But then we also have Sagittarius, and we have Sagittarius energy coming through here as in like luck is on your side, but it's almost like your consciousness wants to expand. Like your ideas about money want to expand, but like your fears won't let you. It's like this battle. I would almost say like push and pull, but like from inside of you, where it's like, because I always think of like the 8th house being like almost where your root chakra is. It like fucks with your security. And then it's like this expansive energy here is Sagittarius energy. That's in your mind. That's what like Sagittarius is known for. But it's like, it's almost like this watery energy, this Scorpio energy, scorpionic energy is like putting the fire out, dampening the fire. So you're not able to expand in that way, your mindset. It's like the fear is holding you back. All right, let's see what else we can get. So I would work on some sort of like maybe root chakra work with fears related to money and security, because I feel like that's like a big issue for you. Okay, what else for Cancers? Love life, not love life, money. What else for Cancer's money? Pluto, oh my God, Pluto again. And the 4th house, like, which is freaking Cancer energy again. That's so crazy. Oh my God. And yeah, third house perception. Let's read what Pluto says. Renewal, inner resources, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, evolution, composting, cycles, death, rebirth, subversion, suspicion, obsession, intensity, reckoning, taboos, clearing, and extremes. I feel like there needs to be this like major transformation, this major clearing out of whatever is deep within you that is sort of causing these fears and things like that. But like, look, it's like this fourth house. I'm gonna put that there. Family, home, background, comfort, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self-care, rejuvenation, habits, and shell. So maybe it could even be something like, it says real estate, so maybe you have this house and you could sell it and make a lot of money, but you're afraid to like leave, not like leave the nest, but like leave your little nest, like your little shell or something like that. And like, you could like downsize to like a condo and like have like a killing in the bank, but you're just like afraid to like rock the boat or something like that. There's some sort of opportunity, financial opportunity that you're missing out on here. And then, yeah, with the Pluto energy, I feel that there really needs, that came through twice, like Pluto specifically. And Pluto is, and Pluto can speak that you've had a lot of, change and shifts in your life that were like very unsettling to you, a lot of shocking change with Pluto. And I think you use that as an excuse to sort of like hunker down and stay safe. But I think Spirit is wanting you to know that these experiences that you have been through have really served to like equip you with certain tools where like you have the resources to get through any situation, and you're smarter than you think, and you've like accrued a lot of knowledge through your experience. So like you don't have to be afraid to like branch out, like everything. Oh my God, the Tower, like you really fear like something scary happening. And like, yeah, the castle like burning down, and like, it's kind of crazy. Like I feel like there's a lot of fear here. Okay. Like you could be in the same house forever, be stuck at the same job forever. Like you're afraid to, even if you're not happy, but it's not even like, it's like you won't even allow yourself to question, am I happy or not? Like you just stay where you're comfortable. Like you're afraid to branch out here. There's a lot of that. Like we have this comfort zone energy, and then we have this transformation energy, this powerful change energy. Like I feel like that's not something that you don't want to experience, this powerful change. Let me take a sip of my drink, my coffee. But it's almost like powerful change would like make you very unsettled and feel very discombobulated within yourself. Like you just don't feel like you could really handle it well. So let's look at your spending habits, Cancer, and see what's going on here. What is Cancer's? Oh, okay. I guess we'll take that and that. We have Temperance and the Three of Swords. Okay. Again, I feel like you've been through some hardships in the past. We'll leave it like that. Sorry. Some hardships in the past that have made you proceed with caution. This could be literal heartbreak here with the heart and the Three Swords in it, where you've had people take advantage of you financially, or something like that, or you've had your life uprooted maybe because of some sort of like a romantic upheaval where... What's on the bottom of the deck? The Four of Wands, where almost like you thought things were going good, and then all of a sudden like the rug got pulled out from under you in some way. So it's like you don't take anything for granted or something like that. It's like you proceed with caution, with temperance, like you employ moderation in your spending habits. You don't really trust the flow of money, I would say. And you maybe, I don't want to say that you don't trust your partners, but there's almost like, it's almost like you have to save for a rainy day, because there's usually rain on this card. And I don't see it here. So I don't think it is raining right now wherever you're at, because that's weird. It almost looks like sunshine coming down. So it's almost like, even though it's sunshiny, there's still this feeling like this betrayal, this memory, or this, the sun. Yeah, it's like sunshine out. Like it's weird, but there's like, why is this Three of Swords here? Like I feel like I'm almost getting a positive vibe. Like I was saying with the castle, like things are good. There is security here. There is a sense of home. There is, like, I'm really saying home because we have all this Cancer and fourth house energy, but there is this sense of like being lucky and fortunate and things like that, but there's also this sense of doom and gloom, and this sense of like having to be very careful and like never forgetting some sort of painful memory, which I think it is good because like I was saying, like your experiences do help you to um you know, be able to move through situations easier. You have knowledge and things that you've accrued, but there's something here about, I think this is like constantly on your mind or like something like that. So as far as your spending, I'd say moderation, but it's again born out of a sense of fear, a sense of remembering some sort of betrayal or heartbreak, which is weird. I don't know how that really comes into play, but maybe you in the past you had a partner that, like I said, took advantage of you, that would like you were like paying for everything for them, or they blatantly like manipulated you to get you to like pay half the rent, or like maybe there's something like that where it's like money and emotions are sort of tied together for you. And because there are some like unresolved emotions and some emotional trauma within you, it also is affecting the way that you view your money, I would say. Okay, what about savings? That was too many. Oh, I don't like when there's reversals. How about Cancer saving habits? Okay, again, there's you're saving. I would say yes, that you have things saved. Again, we have Cancer energy here twice, the Moon and the Chariot. I think you for sure have a nest egg. I think that you're guarding it very heavily, the way that this like, Nine of Wands, and again, this is somebody like damaged. Like look at like the bandage on his head. It's like this isn't their first rodeo. Like it's like they're very much guarding what they have, very like, I just want to say assiduously. I don't even think that's the right word. I don't even know what that word means, but it just popped in my head. But arduously, what's the word that I'm looking for here? It's something like that. But I don't even know what is that even really a word? I'm gonna have to look into it when we close out the reading here. But regardless, again, there's a sense of fear here. There's a sense of being on guard again with this castle energy, like that fortress energy. It's like I think that what Spirit is saying is like you have this general attitude and it's affecting everything in your life, including your finances. Like I think your finances are fine. I think you have savings. I think I'm sorry, I just have to like cut this and like realize what I'm seeing here, but Spirit's like really wanting to draw your attention to this like mentality and attitude of yours where it's like you're living your life in a defense mode instead of like an offensive mode, if that makes sense. It's like you're just standing and waiting for life to fuck you, I would say. Like the way that this person looks, it's like looking at the heartbreak, remembering. I'm really getting a sense of that. Like there's a sense of like, again, this scorpionic energy here with like this stuff coming out of the water, and it's like these fears and things like affecting you. Again, it's like a sun, but the moon is in front of it. Which is almost like the opposite of this like new moon eclipse here, where like the sun is behind and oh no, that's not, the moon is in front. So I'm sorry, that is like the same thing. So it's like you're blocking the change. Like that's how I feel. I feel like there's chances for transformation here that aren't being taken. Like there's chances to acknowledge that things are different now, but like these fears I think are so ingrained, and I feel like you could be somebody that really suppresses your emotions, and that's another thing that this castle could be alluding to. Like things maybe seem happy on the surface, but there's a lot of like inner darkness. I can't even see because I don't have my glasses on, but hold on, let me like look at this up close. I don't know what that is. That looks almost like a sonogram. That looks like a rose. Maybe something to do with some sort of like fertility issues or something like that, or this could have to do with but like you know what I'm noticing here is that like the darkness is like leaking out of this fortress and like staining, like somehow staining and affecting your life. Like it's the decisions that you make and the way that you feel about all these different things. Like that's like the vibe that I'm getting here. Like these inner fears are really dictating like everything you do. It's very interesting to me. Like, I feel like there needs to be some sort of like maybe therapy. Again, it's not for me to say that, but just based on what I'm seeing here, I would recommend like dealing with these fears and issues somehow, and whether that's with a therapist or through your own like energetic means or talking to somebody or whatever the case. But I'm really getting a sense of that, of like this guardedness, this memory of like the past pain, and this also this opportunity to expand and move forward here, to expand your mind. We have that Jupiter, like Sagittarius energy. Luck is on your side. But again, I feel like, oh my God, now I'm looking at this where it's like, I feel like you've had that belief in the past. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and the way that this little goat looks, it's like, okay, this is the end of a tough cycle. I feel like you used to have hope or something like that. But like every time you did, you would like be like, okay, the end of this tough cycle approaches, and you'd like jump into this new experience and like land flat on your face. And it would be like this embarrassing thing or this like humiliating thing or like this terrible thing. And it's like you just stop trying, you stop believing that, and you're like, okay, like, well, if I just believe that, if I just never believe that the end of a tough cycle approaches, like I'll never be disappointed, like I'll always be ready for it or something like that. I'm getting a vibe like that of you just like resigning yourself to like having this mentality for the rest of your life. And it's like, okay, but I think that there's like some luck trying to come through for you or some opportunities, and it's like it almost becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, like as you're telling yourself like, okay, I'm not going to even like try to take this new opportunity because I'm just going to land flat on my face or something like that. And I don't want that. That's like, I'm not going through that again. I refuse. Like, this is like the 9 of Wands. Like, this is, I feel like you've had a lot of experiences like that. You know, this isn't just like 1 or 2. Like, I feel like maybe you had 3 main heartbreaks here or something like that, but I don't feel like it's just heartbreak. I feel like it's also like you tried to do things with the Wands energy. It's like you tried to maybe branch out. You tried to like maybe, for instance, start a business or like get your dream job. Like there's like something about like trying to like even just work out and get the body that you want, like something like that, where it just didn't work out. You were embarrassed or something like that. And it's like, yeah, I see a lot of shame energy. I see a lot of like yellow energy. And it's like you just decided that you're gonna like tamp this down and ignore your fears and just be like, you don't realize though that like your fears are like dictating everything that you do. It's very, very interesting to me. So I think the first and foremost, I would like look into that. And then, okay, let's look at your credit. We have the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like you most likely have good credit, or you're slowly building it up or something like that. Let's see your credit. Or that you have good, you're very responsible when it comes to your credit. So even if, I would say your credit must be good with the 10 of Pentacles and then the Knight of Pentacles. The King of Swords, again, I feel like, but that would make sense with your sort of fearful mentality, like no offense. You're probably afraid to put a lot of things on credit. You probably don't buy things unless you have the money for it. Even if that wasn't the case in the past, I feel like there was some sort of something in the past. Again, maybe you had a partner that encouraged you, like, oh, like, let's use our credit card or something. And if your credit was ruined, I feel like it might have had something to do with somebody else, because I don't feel like that's your way necessarily. I feel like you're very responsible and very cautious when it comes to your credit. And if you do have credit cards, you pay them on time. And I feel like if you didn't have good credit, I would be surprised. But like I said, if there was some sort of like ruin to your credit, I feel like it had to do with another partner or something like that, like encouraging you, like a past partner, someone in this 3 of Swords imagery here that was like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and you maybe fell for it. And it's like with the King of Swords, like lesson learned, like you're very smart about your credit. I'd say you're very maybe educated about financial things. But I also feel like in the past you were like a Page of Cups that maybe just like was giving into your whims or something like that. But I feel like you did learn your lesson. And if anything, now you're like overly cautious. So, okay, very interesting. Like, what's the next thing we're going to do? So, yeah, I would just maybe, clearly Spirit is wanting you to know, like, okay, we have the Castle, we have the 10 of Pentacles, like there is established security here. Like maybe just like try to relax a little bit and sink into the feelings of security that you have based on everything that you do have right now. And I feel like, especially like I was saying, like there is a home, there is a sense of like security in the home. So maybe just like sink into that feeling and use that as like a starting point to like really be thankful and grateful for the things that you do have here. Because it's like, I feel like there is beauty to everything that you've gone through and all the lessons that you've learned, and you have become smart about money and things like that. But I feel like you're not looking at it that way because we have this third house perception. And even this here on the bottom, I see this telescope. It's like with the way you're looking at things. That is distorting, and you could change the way you look at it and be like, wow, like if I didn't go through all this and that, I wouldn't be so good with my credit right now. I wouldn't be so smart. I wouldn't have all the savings. And be like, okay, now I kind of like learned my lesson and I know I'm not going to make that mistake again. So I could kind of relax, loosen up a little bit, like at least, you know, my mental grip on like my feelings of like feeling that I need to have this security kind of a thing, you know? So let's just get some advice moving forward. I'm going to use this deck to get the more spiritual advice here because I feel like this is a more spiritual issue. I feel like your finances are okay, but I feel like it's your mentality that needs a little, not work, but that you should maybe like look into. No offense. Oh, leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. But that's very much so like that goat thing that I was getting, where it's like you've done that in the past, you've thought that in the past, you jumped and the universe didn't catch you, and you're like, I'll never jump again, I'll never try again, I'll never look stupid like this again. And look, the bloom, creations realized, right time, harvest and celebrate. I feel like there could be some sort of opportunity to do something, to buy something, something like that. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. I think Spirit is really wanting to draw your attention to the fact that, hi, Pipe, that there is like a divine plan for all the things that you went through. I know maybe you feel like there's something here where maybe you feel like it's just like the chaos of the universe and there's no order to anything. And I think Spirit is really wanting to reassure you that things have gone the way that they've gone for a reason. And that like the things that you've learned, like this has protection on the bottom of the deck. Call back your power. Oh, cut the cords. And soul retrieval. So especially like, remember how I was saying there was like this Page of Cups energy and then it's now like the King of Swords. So it's like maybe in the past, you were like a little bit too soft, and like sometimes like experience is there to like toughen us up a little bit. So maybe you needed that. And I mean, hopefully it's like hasn't changed you to the like to become cold hearted. I don't know. With the King of Swords here, that could sometimes be a thing with the King of Swords. So hopefully like whatever past things that you're remembering hasn't made you like too overprotective, although I do kind of feel like it has blocked things and people and opportunities out for you. So just keep that in mind, that like this was all maybe part of the plan in order to toughen you up. Trust your path. Yeah. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? That's like really a question to ask yourself. Like, what if I knew that the universe would catch me? Like, what would I do? And just like, I feel like you could be somebody that doesn't even allow yourself to like imagine things, like because you're just too like, it might not happen, like I might be embarrassed, like, so it's like you can't even like daydream about something, like let alone go after it. So like at least try to like learn to allow yourself the chance to like imagine and daydream about your fantasy life. Like if you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Like ask yourself that question. Like no limitations. Like if I really could do anything in the world that I wanted to do, like what would it be? And then fucking go after it. Like why not? What do you have to lose? It's like, it seems like you've already been embarrassed a few times. So what's one more? You got to think about it like that. You know what I mean? Like if you've been so embarrassed by so many like life hard lessons here, like what do you have left to lose? Like, you know how to deal with that embarrassment. Like, who cares? All right, I already look so stupid to people. What's one more time? You know, what's 10 more times? Who cares? All right, what else? What advice for Cancer? What is the advice for my Cancerian viewers? Okay, open, say yes, expand through the extremes, and trust life. There's so much about that here. I knew that that's what this reading was about. I love it. And then look, the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Not to you. It's happening for you. Like, I think Spirit really wants you to realize that. Again, I don't know what you've been through. So if this is like some terrible, like horrible thing, like I'm not saying like, oh, you just need to be grateful that this happened to you. Like, I hope it doesn't come across that way. But I think Spirit is saying like, there have been certain experiences in your life that have, that were put in there to like expand your heart, expand your mind and things like that. But I feel like it has almost had the adverse effect on you where it's like caused you to contract, caused you to constrict yourself. I don't know what the word is. I just wanted to look at that. The Holy Grail, stop the endless searching, inner quest. Okay, but come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance, desires, like learning how to be open to these things. The rose thread, inner call. Living courageously, like have courage. What is there to be afraid of? Like you've already fallen on your face a few times. Like, again, what's one more time? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really not that bad. Should we get some of these advice cards too? Why not? These are like my own personal advice decks. But yeah, like learn how to trust, like learn how, oh my God, wait, I just saw that. I cut to that. Everything you went through was to illuminate the right and wrong way to do things. Okay, so allow this to like, again, even like that's what I'm kind of getting with this Three of Swords. It looks like sunshine. It's like, look at this, the past in a different way. Like, what did you learn? How did it affect your relationships? Like how did it affect the way that you approach life? Like, are you like more stable and secure now? Like, be thankful for that, you know? You must focus on yourself, feel as good as you can, and make the relationship with yourself a priority. Do this and everything else will fall into place. Because honestly, we are talking about a lot of shit here. Like, where do you even start? You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a place to start, like focusing on feeling as good as you can. But especially when you're thinking about your memories, I would say. Because it seems like you do have sort of a good life here. Like, there is like the Ten of Pentacles, the Temperance energy. All right, that's like way too many. So Spirit's like, this is more of like an inner thing than an outer thing. Because like on the outside, it seems like things look good, but there's like this darkness inside, even this rose imagery here, where I feel like it's the memory of your past pain. It says it's happening for you, not to you. I feel like you don't think that. You feel like almost victimized by the universe. And Spirit's like, let's stop that. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just take the next step. Take a step. Look, forgive yourself. It's hard to see things clearly when emotions are involved. So this is a lot of like self-flagellation, self-castigation. I feel like you could really beat yourself up for like the way you were fooled in the past or something like that. But anyway, and so it keeps you from wanting to move forward on things and take the next step. But I think Spirit's like, take the step, see if it works out. Maybe it's not going to work out, that specific thing, but it might lead you somewhere else to something else that will work out. You might acquire some skills along the way. That came out again. Forgive yourself. It's hard to see things clearly when emotions are involved. Maybe you feel like stupid or something like that, for like you feel like you were stupid in the past or something, you were betrayed or whatever it is. But, or maybe maybe this is like you not embracing certain opportunities and like beating yourself up about it. And Spirit's like, okay, like, forgive yourself. Like, you couldn't at the time because you were too scared, but like your emotions were really involved. I feel like you try to be unemotional with the King of Swords, but with all this Pluto energy, your emotions are so involved here and you don't realize it. Like, they might be stuffed down, but they're affecting you more than anything else is, I would say. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I think this needs to like be addressed here. Okay. We have, oh, okay. Regardless of how filthy your past is, your future is still spotless. Yeah, like, don't let your past dictate your future. And you feel what you feel right now, and later you'll feel something else. It's all temporary. Yeah, it's like the memory of these feelings are really effing with you. But at the end of the day, like, these feelings, like, go away eventually. But, like, it's, I don't know. There's, like, something, though, where it's, like, if you like get them out and express them and cry and scream and really like go through your emotions, I feel like maybe you're somebody is a stuffer. So maybe like look into that. But yeah, like there's still a spotless future ahead. When did it become weird and bad to care about people, to be silly and happy and free? This is about being free to be yourself here. Just who cares if you like, just say, you know what, who cares? Nobody's watching you. Nobody's looking at you like that. Be yourself. You're a creator. Create your mood, create your day, create some love in the world. You have more power than you think, Cancer. So, all right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next reading. Okay, bye.